Cheers.
Welcome back, everybody, to the YINZBOYZ podcast. Your host, as usual, Ken and Neil.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
It sure is, and we had a very abrupt.
It's already been an eventful Saturday.
Oh yeah, well yeah, definitely. But I was going to talk about our abrupt schedule for releasing and everything.
Oh yeah, well that's shit got all fucked up, but it's all good.
It happens. Either way, don't forget 412-613-1116 for the hotline.
YINZBOYZ.com, which we're working on the revamp. The real YINZBOYZ at gmail.com. If you like to email or complain or whatnot,
for sure we want your complaints.
And then Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube. If you guys want to watch this shit,
that's the best. My opinion, my favorite is YouTube, to be honest, when I go back and look at our episodes.
Well, now you got the fucking super detailed camera, so
it's pretty
sorry.
sweet.
I apologize in advance.
For what?
For what we look like.
Oh,
outside of like 16-bit.
Yeah. Before it was just kind of like watching a
stop motion animation.
Yeah. But now it's like we're in the room with you, and you should be afraid.
Mm. I'm armed. Ken's not. Well, I'm technically not armed. It's right here, but
whatever. So today, a special guest that has been on the podcast before. You can revisit it on 66. Ian,
episode 66.
Yeah,
Ian.
He was he's a local artist that does hydro dipping, right? That's
He does murals and stuff too. He's a very talented artist,
right? But we didn't touch on last time. Well, you know what? We'll let him.
Well, he started. We'll talk about it, but we'll let him introduce it. But he did start a new thing, or like a new
endeavor, if you will.
Endeavor, I would say. Like it's super cool.
It's pretty base, and without further ado, we'll just call him in because it's some cool stuff. It's always nice to have a reoccurring guest. He might be, other than Vern, he might be the only reoccurring guest.
Yeah, I think so. So far.
Well, let's figure it out.
We got to get more people on. Like you're not going to be able to leave that there, dude.
Oh, I already forgot. Yeah.
Yo,
Ian.
What's up,
Ken
man?
and Neil, YINZBOYZ podcast. What's going on, my dude?
Oh, what's happening, brother?
Hey, listen. We just we talked you up real hard, so you got some big boots to fill. No, I'm just fucking with you. It's all good. Hey, just so everybody is aware out there, this is Ian. We just talked him up a little bit. We saw him back on episode 66, and he is a local artist, does some hydro dipping, and he does some new things here, if you will, new endeavor that he's been going on that's got my childhood boned up.
Ken's got a brick. He's bricked up over here.
Oh yeah,
I can see it.
Hell yeah.
So since I did a little bit of the intro myself, I'm just gonna say it, man. The fingerboarding is what we're talking about, and I don't know how old you are. And maybe I do. I can't remember from the last episode that we talked with you, but I'm 37, and when we were in high school, the shit was coming out, and it was man, we had a lot of fun with it. That's all I gotta say.
Dude, hell yeah, definitely. So 29. So for me, it was like middle school, like beginning of middle school era, where everybody started hyping up tech decks and everything else like that, and finally put it away, years ago. But one day I was just at work and was like, you know what? I don't feel like looking at my phone all day anymore. My neck hurts. I'm tired of the headaches.
Right.
So I was like, screw it. Let me see. I stumbled across an old one and just kind of ran with it. Made an Instagram page as like a little side project thing in the meantime, and it's taken off.
Literally, I was just about to say that it's taking off. Well, and
hold on, plug it first.
Oh yeah. So sorry. Please plug it. Yeah,
we're getting out of pocket.
I'm just excited.
Plug
that's
it
all.
First. Yeah.
It's figuretheboard.fb.
Fuck yeah.
On Instagram.
Dude, it's the some of the clips that you get are just ridiculous.
I have plenty of questions about it too, because I had recently bought a skate park and tech deck setup for my daughter. My daughter is 4 years old. She'll be 5 here in October. I know your kid's probably about what, 8 months old now?
She just turned 6 months, so she's
Close.
the size of like a year old.
Okay, right on.
See, she's huge, but yeah, man, I've already had her mess with it here and there, a couple videos and pictures of her with them, so that way when she did get big enough to be, 4 or 5, I can show her back, like, look, you've been messing with that. Like, you're far more advanced now.
But yeah, I went and bought this. It was a complete kit, and you'll probably know more about this than me, because I was just one of those guys that, hey man, I remembered this from high school playing around, and I want to show my daughter or my kid, this. So it came with X amount of, like 4 boards here, and then like a little ramp, a rail, and some stairs and some stuff like that. And man, I forgot how much fun it was, because the whole, in my opinion anyways, half the fun is you got to build your board. If you're buying the set, you got to build that board. They give you the little fucking stupid wrench you can't fit that tiny fucking nut in to put the wheels on. It's ridiculous.
Dude, yeah, the components being as small as they are definitely make the whole piecing it together as a child was so tedious.
I will say some of the decks you got though recently are just insane. Ken doesn't even know. He hasn't even seen them because Ken's not on Instagram.
I'm an offline sort of guy. But most of our listeners know this by now. Like I don't. It's not that I don't appreciate. I spend a lot of my time like in the shop, and I don't spend a lot of time online. The only online stuff I do is my own guilty pleasures, like flight simulator stuff. But it's my own autism.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh, okay, so like it's gotten way crazier than I had ever thought it would be. Like, I made this page initially as just like a little side project for me to kind of, when my daughter was, getting into kindergarten, first, second, whatever, she'd be at an age where like maybe she'd be able to kind of brag to her friends about like, oh, my dad's like a sponsored fingerboarder, just like joking about it. And then I realized that there was a lot bigger of a community than I'd ever like imagined there would be. And I mean, there's like full-blown events and like people, like companies that are making the products sponsor these events, and there's like cash prizes, obstacle prizes, like all different sorts of things. And there's companies that just an endless amount of companies. I've been fortunate enough to pick up a few sponsors.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, give the plugs, shout them out.
So definitely shout out Dave's Fingerboards. They were the first people to contact me about a sponsorship while I was actually having my daughter in the hospital.
He's got some sweet videos.
Hell yeah.
Cool,
and then I got Faster Fingerboards. They've been a godsend. Their boards are great. I've gotten a couple of theirs. They've been doing some really big collaborations with other companies lately. White Lake Ledges. They've been great with keeping me supplied on fresh obstacles to use. And then the homie Goopy Goop. He's got a new one on his way. New kid on the way, so he's been kind of falling back for the moment, but he's definitely been steady supplying nice new decks for me to keep trying.
That's awesome. So yeah, having sponsors for any of your hobbies, even if they're not paying the bills, to continue the hobby is nice to have. So that's awesome. Thanks to them. That's really good.
Hell yeah, man.
I will say, I don't know, a lot of your fellow fingerboarders follow us, very cool mutual thing, but I see some of the stuff on my feed, I'm like, bro, it's how do you do this? Like, well,
I have questions. I was going to say, you're the perfect guy to answer it now, since you're sponsored, you're doing these competitions and things like that. So can I lay a couple on you?
Oh yeah, feel free.
So me knowing, since I played and I still continue to play around, and I don't consider myself good by any stretch of the imagination, but playing around and doing tricks and attempting to do tricks, I can see when something is done. So let's just say I do a standard heel flip, if you will, on a fingerboard. I can see it's done, but my spectator, which is either my daughter or my wife, how can you prove that in a competition? Because it's so hard to physically see it, that things move a lot faster. Like when you're skating, now I skated as, a high schooler. I wasn't very good, but
you're pretty okay.
Yeah, but you could easily see when someone does a certain trick. Now on the fingerboard, it's so minute, it's so quick, it's fast. How are they able to judge this when it comes to a competition?
So, I think just like it is with like regulars, like you take your average person off the street and have them go to like the skate park, and you're like, they might know the moves or whatever, like know names for tricks, but they won't really be able to watch the board and be able to tell you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just sort of like over time, your eyes get adjusted to it, because when I first started messing around with things, like there's no way that I would have been able to like do like a 540 flip and been like, okay, yeah, that was a 540 single flip. Whereas now it's like, if I like 540 double or 540 single, I can kind of see the difference myself before looking back and editing.
That's amazing.
But I also want to say, and I don't know for sure, but my guess would be that they have some type of either slow motion camera or somebody watching on like a recording to kind of watch it back.
There has to be. Like it's like the Olympics and shit. Like you have to have
there's no way that some tricks don't, you know what I mean, I'm sure that they've had ones where like it kind of stutters or that stumbles and it's not clean, so they might have them redo it, but as far as being able to like pinpoint it exactly, there's got to be a playback.
Right. Yeah. I'm glad you said that too. Cause like I can do some stuff and I don't even know what I just did. I just flipped this motherfucker around. I'm like, holy fuck, I just landed that. And I don't know what it was, but I landed it,
Dude,
you gotta talk to
honestly, it happens a lot.
You gotta talk to Ian, because like, bro, he's got all the fucking angles and shit. Like, dude, the clips are just like, they just get better and better, dude.
Very cool stuff.
Without the fisheye clip-on fisheye lens that I use for my phone,
dude,
which
it's so
thankfully
cool. It's so cool.
It's only like $5-10 on Amazon. Fucking, I mean, and they make expensive ones that are like specific model phone ones that gives you that kind of old vintage camcorder feel to it. I'm cheap.
No doubt,
so,
man.
Preaching to the choir.
It's either going to be the affordable option or I'm going to do it myself kind of thing here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, dude, the clip-on thing really upped the game, because once the field of view was bigger than just like your typical 0.5 ratio on the camera, like on your phone settings. Because the other day I posted a clip actually where I went up and I went to hit this crazy switch, like double tray or triple tray flip, and it went too high up out of the view, but I landed it back in view. It's just you can't see what the trick was. So
that's fucking sweet. Now, listen, I don't know about you, but my age and your age, I think we're fairly close, all things considered. So I was a big CKY fan growing up, right? So to translate, if you can do, and I don't know if you can do or you've already done something like this, but the way that they did the footage in the old skate videos, like Thrasher and all that old stuff, if you're familiar, like some of that black and white choppy sort of like low to the ground angle stuff, like, listen, I would die. I'm nutting my pants thinking about a fingerboard doing like the CKY style filming, like from the early 2000s. Like that would be so fucking sweet.
It's crazy because like the like real skaters and like professional skateboarders and like the fingerboarding thing, I don't know if it's a recent kind of blending or merging, or if it's just always been kind of like they go hand in hand, but people that don't skate but fingerboard get looked at like posers or what have you. But
just like real skateboarding, it's the same fucking thing.
Exactly. And then I'm like, but I'm pretty sure Bam's been kind of one of the people that have been pretty involved within the fingerboarding scene of things.
It's always got left, so yeah.
No,
Chad Muska. Muska's actually been really big on it. And then the Jackass guys, Wee Man, Dave England, Pontius, a couple of those dudes have actually been real supportive of a particular brand, Caramel.
Interesting.
Huh. Well, that's cool. I'm glad to hear that. And this is intriguing me to do even a little more, investigation into it than I've already done. Man, the fucking the nostalgia, if you will, that's what I'm hung on right now. It's just like something I never thought would come back around or be as big as it is, and it's that's great. Like I'm really interested.
Even like I agree. 'Cause, I mean, even like for Tech Deck to still be as big and as popular as it is, and I mean, and they've changed a lot since like the original days, you know, where it's like super thin. It's almost like a popsicle stick.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Now they actually have like fatter boards that are kind of like it fits and feels the fingers better. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's still kind of poor quality bushings and poor quality wheels.
Terrible. I have 5 of the boards right now. I'll tell you how terrible they are. But they're for my 4-year-old. But yeah, for sure. And me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
But I mean, you could take that, you know, that deck with the trucks, and then you could just simply buy an upgraded set of bushings from like Teak Tuning is a good brand that I recommend for them, and then get yourself a set of wheels from any numerous vendor of those. I mean, I myself have been on the wheel making venture as well as the board making venture.
That's funny.
Which I'm sure we'll get into, but
sure. Well, so here another question for you since you brought it up. So, since I'm a skateboarder from back in the day, you got like Spitfire wheels, like one of the name brand guys in the wheels. You have Girl Trucks, right? You have independent trucks, like all these guys like back in the day that made really good parts for skateboards. Are they doing the same for fingerboards? Is it moving that direction, or are these companies kind of like, is it two separate entities, if you will?
I think I haven't really seen anything specific, I think, that do both, aside from, I believe, December makes fingerboards as well as real size decks.
That's cool.
Granted, I haven't looked too far into like real skate brand companies, and they're because a lot of the actual skateboard companies do work with Tech Deck, and so, you know, they have a lot of their graphics partnered with them, and I'm sure there's certain restrictions within the contracts that they make with these, you know what I mean, brands and everything else. But as far as like in the fingerboarding scene, there's definitely, you have your established brands and your unestablished brands, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like there's brands that go all the way back to like, I think 06, 08. Like I think there's this brand Flatface that goes back about that far. Black River ramps, they're also a really well-known one from, I believe, Germany. Caramel is pretty established. I think that they're based somewhere, I want to say, I'm not totally sure, but like Mexico or Spain, which I've noticed a lot of Spanish-speaking countries also are big on this whole fingerboarding thing. It's really so much bigger than I ever thought.
Yeah, I never thought that it would be as obviously as big as it is. And even up until recently, till I looked at some of your stuff, I didn't know that it even was. And that's just me, my ignorance of not being on the internet. The first thing I thought about, and you'll laugh at this, is have you seen that meme of Trump with that fat fucking little kid that's doing a trick with doing like a Tech Deck or some sort of fingerboard right in the Oval Office? Have you seen what I'm talking about?
It sounds vaguely familiar. I see so many different memes throughout the day.
It's so funny.
What the fuck you're talking about,
bro? It's so funny. Well, listen, I'll just paint a picture real quick and we'll pop it on there. But either way, all it is Trump sitting there with his face like staring, and there's this super fat kid, dude, and he's doing a trick with a fingerboard, and Trump's just sitting there like this, and it's fake, obviously, you know, but it's super funny. That's one of the first things I thought about. But all jokes set aside, like I didn't think it was gonna take off the way it does, but man, it's a thing you can do at your 9 to 5 if you're taking a call. Like you could be fucking oiling off your keyboard. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like it's cool to think of it in that fashion. You could do something fun.
I've seen the park.
Oh, I got a park. Yeah, but it's Tech Deck though, so don't talk shit. It's Tech Deck. You know what I'm saying? Tech Deck is the
you got nothing on Ian's setup.
Well, no, of course.
To be quite honest,
but
dude,
listen,
it's crazy.
That's what I'm trying to say. My setup is like the Tippmann of paintball guns, if you're familiar with that comparison. Like
That's fair. Yeah.
it's just like it's a fun little thing to tinker with, and my 4-year-old loves the shit out of it. And but you can take anything to the nth degree, whether you're a guitar player, whether you're a podcaster, whether you're fucking doing anything. You can either buy the cheapest Chinese stuff. Excuse me. Sorry, Chinese stuff. Or like the best American-made stuff that you can find, so that there's a spectrum to my mental health and also any hobby.
Oh yeah, no, for real. I of course, man. Like Tech Deck's an OG and everything. Like they pretty much the founder of the whole fingerboarding thing. If you ask me, I know that almost 90% of people probably say that they started out on a Tech Deck.
That's the household name, like from at least
exactly.
If you or like somebody, Eagle paintball guns.
Yeah, if you ask somebody like, hey, if you think about fingerboards, what's the first thing that comes? They're gonna say
Tech Deck. Yeah.
That, or they're gonna ask what a fingerboard is.
Yeah.
Somebody be like, oh yeah, like, oh, he's back there tech decking, or like, oh, did you tech deck today? It's like, that's not quite the right terminology.
Right.
Like, it's just so standard. Everybody knows what you mean by it.
There's actually a term for that. I can't remember, but it's like saying, hey, give me a Kleenex.
It's a name brand, yeah.
Right. Like Kleenex is not what a tissue is called. It's a tissue.
Give me that Ziploc bag.
Right. Exactly. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. But hey,
is that the Mandela effect? Is that what it is?
I don't know if that's what it is, but there is a term for it though. But
it's a name brand. It's
Clorox set, like bleach. It's the same exact thing. There is a term, but some people are such big rollers in the industry or in that specific sort of thing that they're selling that people just refer to it as that because no one else can compete. But now that fingerboarding
Windex,
is
Windex,
there you go. Like now that fingerboarding is kind of picking up the steam that it is, I think that Tech Deck may lose its steam, if you will, because you're telling me there's these companies that are making fucking bushings and bearings, like specifically before, like you couldn't buy a Tech Deck board and be like, hey bro,
can I swap?
I want to swap these wheels for something sweeter, and be like, this is a toy.
You can buy another deck. Completed deck, yeah, you can buy another one for sure.
Fuck putting those things together. Still, fuck putting those things together. Holy shit,
bro! I swear, yeah, no, exactly, man, and it's so great too because it's so like back in the day, if you wanted to upgrade your tech deck, like you had to find your own means, just like graffiti artists back in the day had to find their own caps. You know what I mean? It's that sort of work with what you got kind of mentality. I mean, I think that brings us a lot back to like our nostalgic days of tech decking too, fucking using DVD cases and like your binders and shit at school, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So it's like you always kind of had that sort of sense of imagination, which I think is really nice because when I first started getting back into it, like I do the shit in my job. Like you said, you can have a 9 to 5 and do this and still not really, it doesn't mess your workflow up. Like I'll go out, have myself a cigarette while I'm smoking a cig, you know what I mean? I found a brick in the back and started using that brick like it was a ledge. And
hell yeah,
you got the crowd there sometimes.
Very rarely, yes. I'll have a little bit of a watch party.
That's so cool,
bro. The clips are just like, I don't know. We could go into like the editing and stuff. Like it's just because you speed it up at certain points, you slow it down at certain points. And it really
shout out to Apple for that. I'll say the ability to record in slow mo,
dude. It's so clean.
That is great.
It's so clean. It's so cool. Like you can see the detail of the trick, and then like immediately how fast it happened. Like with it's just so.
I think. Sorry to cut you off. I did it was I think a 5 quintuple kickflip. It was called like an insanity flip, and the fucking board flipped 5 times. And like literally in full speed, it just looks like it fucking tornadoes, and then I kept it. But like slowed down, like it was crazy. Definitely deserving of the whole insanity flip name to it.
That's like some of the clips that you get. It's just like how like it's so clean. Like it just
Dude, it's a battle. The recent actually just finally got my clip yesterday or the day before of the damn war that has been waging on with this tail slide, kickflip, nose slide from the fucking Jersey barrier to the ledge. And dude, when I tell you I've tried that trick for like 6 days straight, just that trick alone, and finally got it. Like, it's such a sigh of relief. Just like whenever you regularly ride a skateboard and land your first tray flip, like,
dude, it's setting your sights on something and just okay. Takes a minute, but you accomplish something. It's just like,
what do you got to say to the haters that are trying to do a trick and grab the bottom of the board with their thumb? I know they do it, dude. I know they do it.
So, I mean, there are technically grab tricks. Like, I've definitely had to, like, I've done, like, foot plants, so to speak, with it before. And, like, they're always fun little kind of weird tricks to do from time to time. But, anybody that's, like, trying to be serious about grabbing the board the whole time, it's just like, yeah, I don't know about that one.
You're playing with a toy at that point. You're going from a hobby to, like, child's play. My daughter can grab it.
It sounds like Ken has a real opinion here.
Well, I'm opinionated with my tech decks,
It sounds like you're discriminating. It's what it sounds like. People that grab it with their thumb,
Man, it's so cool to talk to someone who is serious about it, because I've always just played, like I said, and had some fun with it. And I've even videoed a couple things that I've done myself, and just out of pure, what would you say? Just, I don't know, research purposes. Like, whoa, I did that. And then I videoed it and I was like, oh, fuck, I actually did this trick or whatever, but I couldn't see it because I don't know how I landed it, But it's just it's cool to see someone taking it a little more seriously than me and my 4-year-old daughter are.
Hell yeah, man. And like, I think ultimately at the end of the day, and this happens, of course, with any community, I feel like a lot of people within the fingerboarding community itself do oftentimes need to take a step back and just like realize, like, we're all grown-ass adults playing with children's toys that, although maybe are a little bit more expensive than your average because of, supporting small business or what have you, but like, it's a hobby. It's a children's toy. There's no need for people to fucking hate this person for this, or be envious of that person because they got sponsored, or they think this person shouldn't be quote unquote pro at this.
No.
It's just like,
so listen, let me help you out with that analogy even a little bit too, because you can go to Walmart and buy a name branded First Act guitar and give it to your 4-year-old, or you can buy a $3,000 Martin handmade acoustic guitar. They both do the same thing. It's just who is taking it to what degree, and who is spending the time to be either better at it or continue it on as a hobby rather than just something to play with, in their free time. So anybody that's going to say anything like that and talk shit, like, you can make that comparison to almost anything in life.
oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, mechanics, some people tinker in their cars in their garage, as their wives would say, and then other people go to a place of work and do it.
Right.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Exactly.
It's just in a different building.
What's the medium? And the medium in this case is
It's Ken's house.
skateboard. Yeah.
It's
Well, that.
Ken's
Yeah.
Ken does all the work on my car.
I do. Yeah.
He slaves away.
You gonna let me work on your new car too?
No, I'll consider it. We'll see.
I can do. Well, I won't smash it up like I did the last
He
one.
really bashed up my old car.
It was an accident.
Putting it on the lift. He first got this lift in his garage, and this is probably the second car you put up on it.
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah.
you put the truck up on it.
I was experimenting with it.
And he fucking crushed my rocker panel with the one arm.
It's an accident.
No.
Yeah, it's all good. Like, it's not a big deal because Ken owns this car.
What
the fuck? Ken owns this car now, but like, he really destroyed my car.
It's all good.
Inadvertently. But he's got a great business here.
Yeah, but you got to live and learn.
I mean, hey, job security, brother. It's like,
That's right.
what was wrong with it isn't the problem now. See, now we have this to fix.
You're right.
Oh hell, man!
My new hobby is the airplane. I'm sure you've seen a couple pictures.
Ken
of it.
bought an airplane. I think I posted it a couple times.
A full blown plane.
Yeah, I mean it's an ultralight, but yeah,
it
it's a
can
plane.
fly. It can fly for sure.
Does Ken have a pilot's license?
I have a.
He does and he doesn't.
It's lapsed, but yes, I have. I do have the training. Don't worry about that. That's a bunch of liberal bullshit. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, sure, dude. I agree.
It's not like a 2-stroke strapped to a bike with some wing.
Well,
It essentially
is. It's a Rotax 503, so it is 2-stroke.
It's a Rotax. It's a legit machine. Like it's meant to fly, for sure.
You have to check out the Instagram website there and whatever you call it, Instagram.
I've only posted on our story
because Instagrams.
Oh yeah. Well, I posted on our story a couple times. So I haven't made an actual post about it because
I think I'm halfway a boomer, dude.
You're full. He's full boomer. He's full.
I'm not trying to be,
He's
but
full
like
boomer.
I think I am by
It
accident.
depends on what beer of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, we're drinking a couple. What? This is technically Italian, but Japanese.
Yeah, I got the Perpetual, bro. The Trogs Perpetual IPA.
Shout out Trogs. Their Western PA branch follows us.
Yeah, right
They're
on.
based.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
We're trying to get a sponsor. We don't get any sponsors yet.
I was going to say,
working on
if we
it.
could get a beer sponsor, that would be pretty sick, I think.
dude. There's enough breweries out here, man. You guys can make it happen.
There's one local one.
Set up a podcast inside the shop.
I've been saying this for years, Ian. I wanted to do like a mobile podcast where we can like take a camera, some microphones, and just go anywhere. And just
Oh, it's doable. It's very doable.
I want to do it.
Dude, get an external battery bank, a decent enough laptop, gaming PC. You're there.
I think we could do it. It's just we're so lazy. And it's not even that
That
we're
is
lazy.
the problem.
It's not that we're lazy. It's like it's just so much shit in life.
Oh.
Like you already know. Like
Brother, trust
You already
me,
know.
I'm getting it right now.
that's what I'm saying. With the kid, you already fucking know. Like life is one of those things. Like it comes at you fast and you adapt. But
Speaking of life, no resurgence of the cancer, correct?
Not as far as I know. I did.
Good.
I went to see my doctor recently, and everything seems to be in working order at the moment. So we shall hope for the best.
Fuck yeah,
Things
man.
negative.
No, and I had to ask because last time we talked, you told me we were talking all about it there too, and you've got your port removed, right?
Yeah. So having to get that put back in, that'd be fun.
Fuck. Well, yeah. There's only so many places they can put it, and once you get that scar tissue and whatnot. But either way, I'm glad to hear that, and I wanted to ask literally because a lot of family history of cancers and whatnot. So I was thinking about you. So I'm glad to hear that you're still cancer free.
No, yeah, brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, dude, as far as the time thing goes, I 100% feel it. So like I said, I'm kind of on that like wheel venture right now. My whole board making process was kind of put to a halt. I got unfortunately scammed, which I sort of.
Oh, was it an Indian or a Pakistani?
well, we need for war purposes.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think it was just somebody who was, down bad on drugs and seen an opportunity to take advantage of of the fingerboard scene.
Mm-hmm.
They portrayed themselves as this up and coming company. They wanted to get some more customers, blah blah blah, running some deals on fingerboard molds. So like the clamps that kind of like a real board, like it presses the fucking wood plies together,
Badass.
the glue between it and everything, shapes it out. And I put up half on front and was like, cool. They said 2-week turnover rate. I was like, no problem. And then lo and behold, 2.5 months later, and I'm like, all right, I kind of need my money back.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
That's a shame.
So definitely learned my lesson there.
Although the concept, though, like, listen, if you're into it as much as you seem like you are, I can see why you would have potentially fell for it, because that concept of having a pressed board like that. I mean, my land yacht that I have here that's a longboard is the same way. It's like it's a pressed laminate, like a bamboo laminate. It's like it's a fucking beautiful board, that the way that they press them and form them and they have the concave in them and whatnot. And if they can make that into a miniature version, like a fingerboard, like do. Fuck yeah, I would do. Like I would invest in that too. And then for this dude to do that, I mean,
fuck yeah, and then like I've gotten a couple, cheaper kind of your standard ones off of Amazon before, and like they work great. It's just they're not unique. You know what I mean? Sure. Like I don't want to sell boards and have it just be
the same.
Oh well, Joe Blow got it off of fucking Amazon, so now they have the same press, and it just doesn't feel personal enough.
It's not original. Yeah, it's just boilerplate. Like fuck that. Yeah, I get it.
But the wheel venture, though, is kind of where it gets interesting, because people will actually take old skateboard wheels and old skate bushings and they'll upcycle them. So
it is
bore out a cylinder out of your old skate wheels, and take that, put it on a lathe, and they'll lathe out miniature wheels that they'll then inject the bushings into. And there you go. You got your fancy wheels.
You're talking to a guy that has a shop with all the tooling. I mean, I didn't realize people were doing that. Like, why don't you just give me a couple tester parts, or I have some old skate parts. Maybe I'll do that. Just give it a shot. I have lathes. I have lathes here and presses here and all that.
I bought a mini lathe off of fucking Temu. I haven't had the time to learn how to use it exactly, but we'll definitely have to figure something out, bro.
You're gonna have to come up to the shop here, and we'll undisclosed location. If you end up hanging out with the YINZBOYZ here at the studio, you can't tell anybody about it. Just so you know, secret. Like you'd be the only one of the onlys.
It'll be an FTB YINZBOYZ collaboration.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's cool shit, man. I didn't realize that people were doing that. That's a really cool concept.
Yeah, man. And it's great, because then like you get that real feel, that genuine. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like I've got silicone and liquid urethane that like I can mold and kind of cast my own wheels, which I've done already. But the lathed ones, they're just an entirely different animal.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I would look at it, because you get that real. I mean, the urethane might be the same durometer, so it might be the same like hardness and everything. But as far as I just feel like the mix will never be the exact same mix as
a real skate wheel.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because they've got some, like Spitfire, for instance, I mentioned them before, but they have probably a patented material list or blend of material that they use together. Yeah, exactly. So if you're going to take an old Spitfire wheel and cut cores out of them and lay them down to fingerboard styles, like, I mean, you're going to get a real fucking skate wheel, a real wheel that's on a fingerboard scale.
Probably going to last
forever.
Longer
yeah,
than
that's
the
awesome
board.
Hell yeah, man. So I'm super stoked to figure that whole process out.
So
yeah, man, I hope you do.
What about that brass board you've been skating? Because I was very curious when you posted that.
So the homie Frogtown Skate Co., he's he does wonders with these different metals that he gets. I guess that he was fortunate to be able to source fairly locally. But he does aircraft grade aluminum decks. He does full brass decks. He does titanium decks. And soon to come, he has blue steel, which I am amped for.
Interesting.
But so they're, obviously as far as the weight goes, he has a couple different thicknesses, for, I believe, the brass and the aluminum. and depending on which kind of weight class you're looking for as far as the deck goes. But they perform way differently than the wood does, because as far as like sound dampening, like wood dampens sound, dampens waves and shock waves, kind of absorbs it, whereas metal, it's going to throw it back at you. So whenever you pop the metal deck, it springs. Like, it doesn't just like thud and fucking, you got to like really kind of put your all into it. The metal deck kind of does a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of the work for you, but it does a lot of the popping work for you.
Well, that's because I know we kind of bullshitted about this a little bit, but it's something that I thought of, like when I saw you post it, I was like, how are you doing that with something that weighs probably like double to triple what a regular deck, like some of the tricks that you were doing with it, I was like, how, like it just kind of excuse me, it's kind of just like it didn't make sense to me how you could be so consistent between the two boards, like something that weighs 3 times as much, like moving it in the same fashion and way, like speed, etc., that you normally do. Like, it's wild.
So that's something that I've been kind of in the process of figuring out myself, is like, do I like ultra lightweight boards? Do I like heavier decks? Because I mean, all these different companies that do different, make different boards and everything, they have different veneers. Like, you got your standard maple, which it's your kind of your average weight wood. But then you have different exotics, which will weigh, double what a sheet of maple weighs, or what have you. I mean, it's still. I'm a
balsa kind of board guy.
Just ready to break it anytime. I got you. But dude, I mean, and it's gotten crazy into where like people do carbon fiber, top plies or bottom plies.
Believe it. Yep.
I've done abalone shell bottom plies on a couple decks.
That would be sick.
So just for my familiarity with laminates, when you're talking about like carbon fibers or fiberglasses and whatnot, like carbon fiber is a lot of the newer like Cirrus aircraft that they're manufacturing with, and 10 plies, put it this way, 10 plies of carbon fiber, like you physically can't,
as fuck.
Yeah, like you cannot even bend it. Like a 2-inch piece, or call it even 3-inch piece of carbon fiber that's 10 ply in your hand, like you can't break it. You physically can't break it with your strength. So it's just the rigidity of it is something remarkable. Now, I don't know if that helps. Like, you're talking about like top plies and bottom plies, but like if it's solid carbon fiber, that's a fucking robust board.
Oh yeah, I would definitely assume that it would last just as long as a Frogtown deck. I mean, because like these metal decks, they might, like the ones that the homie sells, they go for a decent penny. You know what I mean? Like the aluminum ones start at 40, and I think the most expensive decks he sells are the titaniums, around like $70 to $80 a deck.
Badass. I actually have a big chunk of titanium here if you ever want to play with it too. But yeah, bro, that's fucking sweet. So sweet. I want a metal. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. From what I've heard, it's a bitch to work with. Like, just because it does maintain its shape so well compared to most metals.
It has to. There's, I don't know how high heat, like melting point, if you're going to forge that, like. Good luck.
That's the last metal. Well, that or tungsten's like one of the last couple metals that I'd want to be
work with.
Trying to like metallurgy, try to like tinker with. But
we're just hitting all the vocab words today.
Yeah, you got to get them out there. But bro, I want to find. All right, who makes? Since you rattled off a couple of these manufacturers and names, who makes like who's the aluminum one, I guess? Because like I want to buy now a tech, or I keep calling it a tech deck. I want to buy a fingerboard that's aluminum deck and like kind of complete setup, but like I want the metal setup because I want it as like a desk piece for at work or something like that.
Oh, dude, definitely Frogtown is your go-to guy. He has actually planned on, he sells completes, I do believe. I know he sells decks by themselves, but he also has trucks available, and I'm pretty sure the trucks that he has have upgraded bushings that are definitely better than what you'll get on your tech decks. But yeah, I do believe that he is in the market for completes.
The completes come with grip tape and like ready to go.
Oh, and it comes with the whole nine. It comes with it'll come with the grip. It'll come with the trucks, wheels, bushings, and it actually comes with a microfiber cloth with his logo on it to polish up the deck every now and then.
That's fucking cute as shit.
Finger fucking.
seriously, send, drop me a link, or Neil rather, because you got his contact information. Because I'm gonna buy one seriously for at work, one of the aluminum ones, just for because I work with aluminum, being an aircraft mechanic, so like I'm kind of partial to it. So I want that as like a little piece for me at work there. So yeah, if you don't mind dropping that, that'd be sweet.
Oh, brother, for sure, I got you. And the best part is that it is 6061 aircraft aluminum, so it's definitely in that same ballpark of what you work with. So.
Love it. Sorry, I was slugging a beer right there. Man, what else? Well, tell me more about. You said you were involved in some sort of like competitions or whatnot, or you. I know you said you had a lot of these. Fuck, I'm losing my train of thought here right now. Was it?
So I haven't quite participated in any competitions. I've done like on Instagram. Some companies will have like they'll do a trick of the week or some sort of like trick contest.
Oh, okay. I just misunderstood. Okay.
But they do also have like real fucking drive 6 hours to a fucking spot and like have events like skateboarding as well. I just have yet to get to one. I plan to hopefully maybe host one at some point within the next year or so. You know what I mean? Just kind of build up my obstacle backstock.
Fuck yeah.
So that way, whenever I do find a venue with a large enough place and everything, get some vendors in it.
I think Cary Furnace would be a nice venue.
Oh, the Furnace, dude.
That'd be cool.
Can you even still get into it?
Well, no, yeah, they do tours and stuff. They do events there. You could do one there. I think that would be a cool big spot.
I thought that the Furnace was shut down. Like they don't let anybody in there anymore. Is it?
No. You're allowed in under
There's
supervision.
Always a way in anywhere.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's what I'm saying. You're talking to.
If you were to go to,
technically, yes, you can get in whenever you want if you really wanted to.
If you want to go the Urbex route, you can go anywhere you want to go.
Yeah, you can get anywhere, but no, like I don't know. That would be a cool like.
Because I mean,
industrial spot like I
blast furnaces, man, cool places.
I mean, cool temperature or cool just like visually?
The vibe is cool.
I mean, literally the vibe.
It's an industrial like
sure and antiquated sort of technology, you know, because like seeing some of the stuff that may or may not be left behind at those places, to see how people worked. That's all I was driving at.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, no, I got you for sure. I mean, that's where it's like. It's just so hard to, because I know that there's a couple of events I know that either already happened or are soon to happen in Ohio. Detroit's got a pretty big scene. I know Philly, fucking 6 hours on the other side of the state, has a pretty big scene. And like it just baffles me that like we just so happen to live in that one part of PA where like it seems like everybody skips us.
Yeah,
we are kind of a in between city.
Flyovers, what they call them, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like we're getting into a whole different like discussion here about the city of Pittsburgh, but it's a big metropolitan area. But at the same time, there's not a whole lot from an industrial perspective anymore going on. But there are still jobs here and stuff like that. So
Yeah, it's not really a flyover. I take that back. Like a flyover is like someplace in Nebraska.
That's what I'm saying. Flyover is like we're a major. Like, bro,
we've always been a port.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Our sports teams are like, bro, come on. Like, let's just be real about it. Like, let's not.
Sorry, I had to adjust
myself. Days, right? Okay,
but you know, we're not. I would not classify us as a flyover. We're just above a flyover, I would say.
One notch above.
Yeah, we fly over the radar for sure. As a city, you know. But I like it that way. I'd rather
for
keep
sure.
it that way.
I like living here, man. Like
Ken doesn't live in the city. Don't let him.
Of course I do.
Don't let him fool you.
I have before though.
You have lived in.
I'm out now. I got out of there.
Hey, most people don't make it out, so you're good, bro.
That's true.
Had to get a little bit of land, you know. Just had to do it.
Hell yeah, man.
I'm trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, man.
Emigrate outside the city.
Sure.
Honestly, it's being over, you know, like 20, 30 minutes outside of the city is so great compared to living in like Arlington or fucking Southside, just like right there on its fucking nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, fuck that.
So my just give you a little background. So my dad, he was born and raised in Braddock, and obviously back in this would have been in 40s and 50s, and a lot has changed since then, but that sort of part of the town, nothing's really the same as it was. I guess is a rudimentary way to say it, but like the way that things are.
Time is definitely.
Oh yeah, man. Once the mills all closed, everything in the city changed.
It's exactly what it was, and especially Braddock was one of those towns, and there's still a mill in operation down there right now.
Yeah, but it's not like what it was. There's no money. Like back in the day, bro, back in the day, you could raise a family of 5 people.
Fucking 30 grand.
Yeah, no, you could literally be a fucking door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman and support a family of 4 and have a house and a car, 2 cars, like on one salary back in the day. Like, it's just.
Look at this wine stain.
It's just we just don't live it. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's different now.
You have to.
Plus, you don't have us fucking Slovaks as slaves in the mills anymore, and kind of ruined the
cannon
business.
Fodder.
Yeah.
Mill fodder.
So you don't really have the people to do it anymore. You know.
Yeah, man. Nobody. Yeah.
It's more the wages don't really correlate. Like I'd rather pay some Chinese guy $2 an hour instead of you at $35 an hour.
Ni hao.
Plus benefits like old Xiping, he don't need no benefits. Like
shit. I mean, well, at this point, it's the same price. I mean, depending on how much you're spending with these tariffs, dude.
That is true. That is true. Hopefully I honestly think it's all fucking bullshit. Like it's
always been bullshit.
Hey,
Everybody knows.
Listen,
that.
The price of shit's going up, and we're gonna make something up to make you like think that it's this, and we can just say that it's this, but it's really just.
Let's be honest.
The government has spent so much money.
Trump's just as much as a cocksucker as Biden was.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
The thing is that it's just how they show their people what they're doing, or what the facade of what they're doing. So like, that's why I stay middle of the road. I try to stay middle of the road as much as possible, but
I didn't even want to bring it to that angle of politics, but yeah, same thing.
I'm just oblivious until my prices change and things.
There you have it. Yeah, well, until something affects me directly, you're right though. Like
it's true.
It's funny you say that, because
that's how it's the logical way to operate. Until something starts to affect me, I don't really give a shit. I got too many other things.
Sometimes it's too late by the time that happens, but either way, it doesn't matter, man. It's all bureaucratic bullshit and jerking each other off. In DC.
I would like some tax dollars if they're throwing them around.
Well, sure, yeah. Throw me a stimulus or two,
that's
whatever.
What I'm saying. Throw me a check.
That's what we're paying for now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ask
right.
me, it's like we're just recouping from the fucking free checks. But,
sure. So just give us some more free checks then, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, we print the money. Why can't we just make more?
Right.
That's That's the
It's Patty's Bucks.
and in there lies the problem.
It's Patty's Bucks.
It's more dollars chasing fewer goods. That's the
And then
quandary.
The shit part of it all is just that, like, now with the fingerboarding, like the Chinese trucks that people buy, and
Oh, yeah,
these
good luck.
bigger companies that they outsource all their trucks and just get their little logo etched into the side and charge it another $40 from what they paid for it. They're gonna get screwed, and just like they're screwing the people buying their products that are cheap garbage for an additional $40 markup. So I think karma just working its way back around.
Yeah.
It's gonna flush some stuff out, like anything. But it's one of those things, like, bro, your business should not rely on the subsidy of some forced labor, quote unquote, in a third world country. Like, I don't know, man. That's one thing for me. Like, it's just a morality question at that point. Like, bro, like, it's better than, well, I will say, working in a factory for pennies on the dollar is better than having to sell your body on the streets as a child in a third world country. Because that's your other.
Well, which country?
Well, any of them.
Well, I'm just wondering which country has the bodies for sale.
We'll talk any of them, dude.
Thailand?
Any country, country, dude.
Well, women's bodies.
If you wanted to, I mean, the India-Pakistan thing is the new.
They stink.
The new
Next.
thing. Well, I'm telling you your options here.
Oh Christ!
But no, the human trafficking. It's
actually a very serious thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm making light of it.
No, it's like I said, we like to joke about everything, but it's still
rather laugh than cry.
Yes,
absolutely. Like, it's one of those things that, like, I'd rather joke about something, but at the end of the day, it isn't a joke. But that's why we joke about it, to bring light to the situation, make people aware of it.
Brother, since 9/11, that's just how our generation has coped.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's sure. It's after that. It's like, bro, there's no trusting any authoritarian figure. Like, there's, I don't know, man. It's that was 9/11 was at least our generation, like the thing that. The switch that flipped.
The last time you'd ever seen everybody actually fucking care about their neighbor.
Well, yeah, but you could say the same thing. You could say the same thing about 2020 and what happened with the vid.
What about J6, dude?
Yeah, same idea. Same idea.
Nobody with the vid.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the same idea, like that. Oh, we're gonna put neighbors against each other. Like, oh, you can't gather. Like, you rally your neighbors. Yeah. Like that whole fucking narco state. Like.
Bro, I was scared.
Excuse me.
Backing it to 9/11. Like, I was scared, dude. When that shit happened, I was fucking terrified.
I wasn't.
I remember being in my first or second grade class, and then just having it on the fucking TV.
Oh yeah,
just were all shuttled, fucking just waiting for parents.
Oh yeah. Okay. I guess people are taking their kids out of school. My parents were like, "Fuck no, you're gonna stay in school all day."
Bro, I was.
That was my parents. Like, fuck no. Like, we're not coming to get you. Like, fucking.
Well, no, I was in 7th grade. I remember talking to my dad.
Oh yeah.
He's like, if you want me to come pick you up, I'll come get you. Like, it was a thing, and I was like, yeah, I think I'll be fine. My rational 7th grade brain said like,
I wasn't thinking about TNA or anything.
Yeah, I was. Like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. All I knew is that 7th grade. Where's them titties at? So, like, if they were still in the school, I'm going to stay here, But either way, in all sincerity, like, things like that, I mean, it did terrify me. Like, like COVID in the beginning, even as a grown ass man, it terrified me too, because it's the way that the government portrays stuff to you. It's the way that the media says, hey, this is what's happening. And then when you finally get the real information and the aftermath, the hindsight, if you will, it's a
hindsight is 20.
Yeah. It's like, man, I really got duped, or not to say that COVID was a dupe. Or
well, for a lot of people it was. For a lot of people it was.
I don't know.
Look, I mean, I don't know. The COVID, call it what you want. I mean, maybe a hot take here, but your
Hot
boy
take.
dealing with cancer, getting chemo, having shitty white blood cell counting. Like, I supposedly had got COVID. Hospital said it was COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I felt better the next day. Tell me where any of that makes sense.
Well, white cells are the best cells.
But my counts were bad.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's
no,
like,
I know. I was just saying.
No, I think it's one of those things that it if you got it, it affected people vastly differently depending on who
certainly.
you were as an individual. Because I'm sure, I think I got it before it was a thing, like back in late 2019.
that upper respiratory infection.
Yeah, because I fucking went to New York. I flew. I fucking the first time I ever flew private. It was very very based. Felt like a real G.
One of the airplanes I worked on before, actually.
Oh yeah,
Ken actually flying the plane.
No, I was a passenger.
I was a mechanic.
Ken worked on the plane, but
Okay.
the first time I ever got to fly private, and it was like the coolest experience. But I got sick as fuck, and I was like, man, I'm really sick. Like, what the fuck is going on? It was like probably 3 weeks before I was like, I feel better. But I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I really got
That's
sick.
weird. I feel like I'm
And
turning
then
Japanese.
3 months later, it was like, shut it down. Shut it all down.
That's fucking horrifying. So, like, was this like a week or like 2 weeks before you ate the bat?
No, I didn't eat the bat. But I was in New York. I was, I was touching stuff. I was,
You're still
shoulder to shoulder with people,
Stop touching shit. Have you had COVID, Ian?
He did. He just said he technically.
Yeah,
I
man,
missed it. Yeah.
Allegedly, I allegedly had COVID for all of a day. So that's where it's like, but I dude, I don't know. Like they said, it was so different for everybody.
Of course, yeah.
It's like
Who knows my experience. Really I had COVID and I got tested for it because when I was at work and I felt like. Well, at this time, I should preface by saying I was drinking a lot more than I drink these days.
During the pandemic, I definitely drank way more.
The pandy makes you drink. But
everybody's working from home.
Sure,
like
but that wasn't me. I just drank.
Everybody thought the world was ending.
I drank before that, anyways.
Well, no, that was my excuse to drink like I normally did.
Whatever,
So
I was drinking, and drinking like I normally drank, which was nightly, daily, and enough. And full disclosure, yeah. So I was at work.
He was definitely mourning for sure. He's sad about something.
And I was like, man, I feel like I'm hungover, man, but I didn't have that much to drink last night. That was the first thing that I felt. And I was like sitting down at work and like trying to catch my breath. And I was like, man, I don't feel good. I got to go to the doctor. So I went to a Med Express and they stuffed my nose with the thing. And they were like, you have COVID. And I was like,
brain tickler.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that I have that because like I didn't feel like I had the symptoms. And this bitch was like, well, what do you think the symptoms are? Like they were real rude with me about it.
Dude, nobody fucking knows. Apparently, nobody knows.
Bro, this was like early 2020. It's like I don't
nobody knows. What the fuck are you talking about?
And working in the industry that I do with aircraft and people traveling,
a lot of in and out passengers.
Yeah, so it's like, of course, I would be one of the early people to get it. But so what? I had it, and then honestly, I'd say about a week. All I felt personally was tired and a feeling of hungover. That's literally what it felt like to me, like vertigo, kind of hungover, like not even a headache, no nausea.
In college, that's
right.
That's
yeah, seriously, it's funny you say that. It's like it's just if you're a heavy drinker, that's what COVID feels like.
You had a bad night.
You're sick. You wake up, do it all over again.
That's just wild. Like I feel like I've actually stopped drinking, not due to choice. My body decides that now anytime alcohol touches my lips, I have to get a headache from hell. So
still base. I mean, it's not good. It is poison.
Yeah, I mean, good for you though. For real.
As I sit here and drink a beer, that's
okay.
Technically poison.
I spent almost 3 months sober. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, man. It's. I mean, but I'm not bitching. You know what I mean? I'd rather just smoke my green, do my little fingerboard tricks, and fucking kickflip my way into the fucking hopefully next sponsor or something. You know,
finger the board, baby.
Dude, exactly. And that's the one thing that I think is hilarious that so many people don't recognize when they first follow me. It'll be like, a month or two down the line, and they're like, "Oh, finger the board. Oh, that's funny." And it's like, yeah, fucking, what do you, yeah.
That's the whole joke.
Finger the board. Exactly. The name itself, the whole side project all began off the joke of finger the board.
It's the best play on words, too. Like, it's just good.
Very good.
Dude, it's fucking, I have yet to find somebody with as funny a name.
Listen,
like, as ironic.
I hope that your shit takes off, man, because I don't see, I'm a bad
It already is.
What I mean is, I'm a bad candidate for looking at shit on the internet. So, like, I don't know if there's a lot of competition or whatever, but I hope your shit fucking rises to the moon, because again, it's a nostalgic thing for me. I really just when Neil first told me, he's like, "Hey, Ian, you remember Ian from '66?" And I was like, "Oh yeah. He's doing this fingerboard and shit." I was like, "You talking about tech deck shit?" Just like we were talking about earlier. Yeah. I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, that's so cool." It's like, I didn't think anybody even bought those anymore, except for me, for my daughter.
Right, dude.
No,
right?
He did it for himself. He did it for himself. For the record, it was 100% for Ken.
Listen, you ain't got to put him on blast like that. We know it's for him. It's just his daughter so happened to be there.
No,
like, I want that one.
Convenient excuse, and I do the same thing.
Whatever. All I'm saying is it's cool as shit, dude. I hope your page goes to the moon. I hope this is something that takes off. You get a bunch of sponsors and more than you already have. And bro, maybe this can be your fucking 9 to 5. That's what we all hope for. Is the shit we do on the side makes us money.
Like, and then that's always been one of my, I guess, upsides and downsides for myself, is that, like, I don't let myself buy shit for me unless I feel like I can make money back in it some way or another. And, like, this is the one thing where, like, it didn't start like that. And then fucking, as I got into, like, initially looking for a sponsor, and, like, it wasn't happening. Nobody seemed like they had really any interest, or I was just not going about it the right way. Most people, like, you get a lot of these, like, 12-year-olds who are like, "Oh, somebody sponsor me, someone sponsor me." It's like, they just want the free shit. Where it was like, and I realized, I was like, okay, well, maybe doing it that way is not really the smartest way. I was like, fuck it, just kind of kept on doing my thing, and then ended up making, realized nobody was kind of interested at the time, and so that's when I bought my first couple molds and made my own. And then after I made my own, I was using my own decks and shit and not giving a damn about getting sponsored. That's when the sponsorship came, and I was like, all right, so it's just kind of have fun with it, do what you do, and eventually if somebody likes it, they'll pick you up. So
yeah. I don't know, man. I just I wish you the best. That's all I gotta say. We're gonna probably tear it down here, man. It's been a blast talking to you. I'm glad that we were able to get you on again, and I might talk with Neil here and see if we can work getting you in up here. Maybe we can.
Ken's trying to, I'll keep him away from your butthole, but I make no promises.
Look, we gotta get Grandpa Ken a fucking Instagram here.
Oh, big time, so that way, for sure. Yeah, he needs to understand, getting to the 21st.
I do have a Facebook, okay, for Christ's sake. Okay.
Well, there you go. Just take your fucking hold up. Then just download Instagram. Get on there. It's already Meta. It'll just transfer over, and boom, there's your account.
Yeah, but it's like pictures or something.
Ken doesn't like the potential
doesn't like the format.
Well, no, all the TNA that he's going to see.
I heard there's a lot of black people on it too, and I really like that. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, there goes the entire show.
Yeah, you're done, dude. Shut it down at this point.
All jokes. But in all sincerity, Ian, thank you so much for coming on again here, man. This was a blast. The insight into the fingerboarding community. Please throw your plugs out there again for everybody.
Okay, definitely. I appreciate you guys for having me, first of all.
Of course.
Big shout out to Frogtown. He's been super, super supportive with the metal decks, and I will definitely send you that link so that you can help support the homies.
We're gonna do it.
Shout out Days, Faster Fingerboards, White Lakes, Ledges, Goopy Goop. And I just want to give a big special shout out to the homie 47, who makes custom fingerboards up in Canada. Our sisters up north.
Hell yeah.
So,
Snow Mexicans.
we unironically
Here we go again.
we unironically have some cool Canadian followers and listeners too. It's like, bro, you gotta ease up, dude. I'm going there like in late August. Like I'm don't fucking set me up for failure up there. I'm trying to catch some fish, dude. Come on.
Oh, you're catching something.
They're a fade at the border apparently after Ken fucking ruins our international relations. Jesus.
Oh fuck.
Come on, man.
Hell yeah, man. That's fucking great.
Thanks, Ian. We appreciate you, man. We'll be in touch here soon, I'm sure. And again, and I mean that when I say all jokes set aside. Let's link up here. We'll make it happen. So
definitely, man. There's gonna be a Finger the Board and YINZBOYZ collab happening.
Yes.
I'm making it happen.
badass.
Fuck yes, dude.
I'm all about it. All right, bro. Hey, we'll catch you soon. Thanks for coming on again.
All righty, brother. Thank you.
See ya.
Ian.
What a nut, dude. I fucking love him. Like, I'm so happy that there is someone that we know that is into the fingerboarding and into I'm going to call it tech decking.
I'm telling you, bro, you got to watch his clips. It's insane, the shit that he does. It's insane.
It's fucking
and
sweet.
the editing work, like it's in the angles, it's all like fucking, it's top tier shit.
That's cool shit. It really is. Man. We can go swim in that pool.
I could probably I could swim a little bit, I think.
It's 57 degrees outside.
And it's probably 74, 75 in the pool. I think that's a good gradient.
If you were a snow Mexican, you'd be swimming right now.
I mean, I love cold water, so I swim regardless of the temperature. It's just not, it's going to be nicer because it's warmer in the pool than outside. You know. Somebody just came into your driveway.
Yeah, I hear him. Whatever. Let's shut it down. It's been a pleasure talking with Ian here and getting back into the podcast world since we've been on and off here for the past couple weeks. But we will see everybody next week. Don't forget 412-613-1116. Don't forget to hit up our Instagram, our email, which is therealyinsboys@gmail.com. And we also...
He's going to take all the plugs here, I guess.
Well, lay it out there.
I got nothing to say after that. Besides Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah, find us everywhere, you know. Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about that pool now, honestly.
Thinking about that pool. We're going into that time of year. See you folks next week, huh?
Should've pulled out.